Hi, I'm Cash, and welcome to Cash Talks Football, where I break down all the goals scored in the Premier League. Today we're doing Everton against Newcastle. I use my over 20 plus years of coaching experience and wise foresight in the ways of the force to show you some new things that you might not have heard of. Now, a couple of weeks ago, Newcastle scored 8 goals past someone, and I made a little quote about Newcastle have used up too many goals. Someone put in the comments, can you actually score too many goals? Yes. You can score too many goals. And you're seeing that now where Newcastle played against United the other day and they only beat them 1-0. And it should have been about 3 or 4. And today they played against Everton and they couldn't even buy a goal. But they had the chances and opportunities. And that's what I'm trying to say is if you score too many goals in one game, when those little half chances or little things that you need in a game like this to actually get yourself a goal, you can't have them because you've already had them in the season. So if you sort of budget out for the whole season, all of your games, and you go, right, we're going to have X amount of half chances, and from those half chances, we're going to have X amount of goals. If you've got those in one weird game and you've scored 8 goals, that means your average of half chances is now gone. So in 10 games, all those half chances, you're not going to get goals. And it's not a rule of, it's kind of a rule of thumb. It's not really real, but it always, every time we talk about this as coaches, it always ends up being true. You have like a massive victory and everyone looks, oh, you've scored 8-0 against Villa and 8-0 against these guys. Oh, but you're rubbish now. Yeah, because we've used up all of our chances in the wrong games. And it's just the way football goes. It's so strange, but it's actually true. But that's again what's happening here. And when you now I said it at the start of the season, it's ended up happening. I'm proving my point. They're missing all these little chances. They should have probably put maybe at least having 1 more goal, but maybe 2 against United earlier on in the week. And now they should have at least scored 1 goal, maybe 2 against Everton, and they haven't done it. But let's get into this game right now. Little Trips has got the ball here. I like Little Trips. He's quite a nice guy actually. But his body shape's completely wrong. Can you see where he's got all of his body weight on his back? Right, so as he's trying to click this ball here, he can't really purchase the ball and try to move the ball on properly. Look, do you see that ball gets done? And all of a sudden, because their midfielder, look, there's no, and I hate saying defensive midfielder because it's not really a smart way of playing, but there isn't anybody here in the middle of the field, anyone at all. They've just all vacated, which is terrible football. Absolutely terrible football. If you looked at my Brazilian box video with Tottenham Hotspurs explaining how you have these extra players around, go look at that if you want to see how to really hold a midfield together. But now you're just running 2v2, which makes it really easy for the strikers to try to put pressure on the back. On the back 4, but on the back 2 in this case. And it gives them options. As we move it forward though, and I do have to pause it quite a bit because I'm still in YouTube jail from copyright strikes from the Premier League. Yeah, thanks Premier League. Funny it's only in the videos where I talk about VAR will make the Super League happen. Why do I keep getting copyright struck on those videos, Premier League? So as we're moving forward here, we're looking at... In this situation, though, obviously it's a straight 2v2, which you do in a training ground. You put a little square around these guys and you have go. And if you're doing that, you, as the player here, you do not want to be in front of the ball. You want to be behind the ball. But in this case, he is in front of the ball, which makes him the option. So you're going to give it to him, but he doesn't. Do you see how he keeps going? They keep going with that player, which I kind of like that he takes responsibility on his own. And he scores a worldie. Bosh. Does a great strike on it. But I want you to look at that again. See this defender? He's so worried about this player here, right? And again, it's bad coaching. If you're smart, you'll already know about what I'm about to say about this player and what he needs to do and how you make this player relevant. He steps to this guy after he touches it. So as soon as he's touched the ball, you step forward. That player's offside. Why do you wait for him to touch it? Because if he's touched it, he can't pass it. Think about that. He's touched the ball. He has to... In that second, you can step forward, then he can try to pass it, but the guy will be offside. But he doesn't. Doesn't have the time, and he scores a worldie. Let's get on to the next goal. Not 2 seconds later, the same problem happens again. It's on this right-hand side. Player loses the ball, and all of a sudden, look at how there's nobody in midfield here for Newcastle United. Absolutely no Newcastle United player there. That is terrible. And this is why they lose another goal. Same reason as the first goal. As this breaks and it goes forward, look, now Everton have got 4 players running at 2. Wow, what a shock. Have a guess what's going to happen when you've got 4 players running at 2. Let's move it forward a bit. You can see the centre-backs are trying to come over and cover. Everyone's trying to get back in and do their job. But with no midfielders sitting in the just in the midfield, in almost 40 yards of the centre backs. It makes it really easy for these guys to come through, pick an option, pick a pass, and get a shot off. So right now, as they're coming through, there's so many options here. They're closing. This guy can't get around quick enough. Can they score another worldie? Probably not. But they go kind of a little sort of dinky passy across the middle here. One guy scuffs it, but thankfully, because of numbers, they've just got more numbers. They can run up and pass it straight into the net box from the middle of the field. And then it just passes it in the goal. Simple. Same mistake, same midfielder missing, same goal really, just except for it's a worldie from the outside. It's a pass from the outside instead of a worldie from the outside. Let's get on to the last goal. I'm only going to show you two little clips from this. It's the because the run in behind is quite good. He's made a curved run. If you're ever doing training how to break the offside trap, what you would do if you're coaching this, you put a little line of cones to have them follow the line of cones, and you're trying to get them to run the line of cones, and as the pass is coming, so that you can teach them basically to break the offside trap, and you have people here going onside or offside as you're passing the ball. It's a great little fun training session to run, and off he goes. He's down here, and he's basically just running down the flank because there's nobody there to cover him. I'm just going to show you the last little bit, which is the important bit, the finish. He runs completely uncontested until this point here. They finally catch him. But the keeper's in a good spot. Right now, he's not bad there, the keeper. And he should save it. It's his near post, but he doesn't. And it's just awful. Straight through his legs. And it's an easy goal. I know with Nick Pope, their goalkeeper is out. Their backup is awful. Honestly, if I was Newcastle, you've got the January transfer window coming up, and David De Gea is a free agent. You pick him up for 6 months for the rest of the season. Just say, hey, come and play and goal for us, David De Gea, for the rest of the season. That's what they should do. Otherwise, they're going to lose more points and more goals just like this. Other than that, thanks for listening. I'll see you next time on Cash Talks Football.